Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the Art of Davi podcast. And today we'll talk about creation as hygiene. I heard this concept from actually a fitness channel, and he proposed a different mentality or approach or mindset when it comes to training. Instead of seeing working out, training, exercising as something that you have to get over with, he proposed that try to see that session or that training session as hygienic in some way. Meaning, again, it's not something to get over with, but it's more of it's a slash necessity slash lifestyle where it's more about, it's just something you do for your health. And it's not, because he was also mentioning how the idea of training every day sometimes can seem, or exercising every day can seem a bit too much, but hopefully you're not overdoing the volume or the amount of work. You do have to tone down the volume or the intensity even sometimes. Well, maybe not the intensity, maybe a bit, but you don't have to go hard every day. If it's something that you're trying to do every day, it needs to be sustainable. And that's kind of also the idea of it being hygienic. Like, you don't brush your teeth like for 20 minutes. That's a bit obsessive and intense. I mean, you can, but it's kind of too much. Maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that's a bit too much. 5-7 minutes, more or less. But the point is, you can do something. You can exercise, train in a hygienic kind of way, where it's just habitual. And it's just something you do, and it's just something that's, I guess, a part of your life. So yeah, I want to take that concept and bring it into art as well, whether it be making art or producing content online. Maybe I can try and see it as being something that I just do for my health. It could be like sketching for like 10 minutes, like doing doodles. I think that can help me achieve my artistic health, Just being able to put my pen to paper, or in this case, my digital pen to my tablet. I think it does help, because if I'm not drawing something or painting or sketching, something does seem like something lacks, and I don't feel complete when I don't do it. So I think that's I think once you have that feeling where it kind of feels off when you don't do that thing, I think you've made a solid habit. Now, hopefully the habit you want is the habit that you're actually doing. So in this case, I do want to making art and producing content as something I want to make it habitual and hygienic in a sense, where it's just something I do. And I have to do it, and it's not like a chore, like a habit. It's more of it's just something you do, and I want to have that, or try that approach and bring it into, I guess, my creative process. And I think that's a very interesting concept. It really does help, I think, with being sustainable. For example, I did recently, as of this recording, before this recording, I did an art review of Yuki something, an artist. And I also did like my first episode of the Art Venture series. I'm not sure if this series will last. It's essentially a playlist of videos where I can just where you can just follow me exploring art, talking art, and creating art. It's something where I can just dump a bunch of random videos. Not random, but it's more of a with me kind of videos where it's somewhat real time, somewhat time-lapse, where I take you on, I guess, an artistic adventure, whether it be, just scrolling or exploring Pinterest, ArtStation, Pixiv, talking random shit, talking about any relevant art news or art ideas. It's more of like a like a chat session where it's kind of chill, and where you can grab like a cup of coffee or something. And just, I can also put in some draw with me or sketch with me or paint with me videos where, it's just a way for me to be able to dump some content while it being hygienic in some way. Where because if I don't express myself, whether it be through art or video or audio in a podcast form too, it my day doesn't feel complete. Like I don't feel like I've accomplished anything. Well, that's a bit intense, but it's just nice to do, and it feels natural and I guess hygienic. When you think of hygiene, it has a lot to do with health, and I think by seeing something as hygienic, something you do every day, it's habitual, and if you don't do it, it seems kind of off. I think this leads to a certain kind of health. For example, if I spend time sketching for like 15-20 minutes a day, just doodling or maybe practicing or just trying to express myself via visual mediums, I think that can help again with my artistic, creative health by producing content online, whether it be through podcast form, audio form, or through audio plus video, say on YouTube. It does promote my expressive health. People, I think, if you can't express yourself and speak your mind, I think it does make you not as healthy in a way, because it like you're somewhat bottled up if you don't write comments, if you don't engage with anyone or share your opinions. It feels like you're closed off, and I think that can be dangerous or just unhealthy, especially for an artist. If you're kind of, I mean, we spend so much time indoors because we can't draw outside as often. And if you do digital art, like most of our work is done at home or in the office, like indoors, outside, not outside, where you have the elements affecting you. We like to live and work in our caves, I guess, and it can be somewhat isolating. So I think being able to express yourself, I think, is a very essential thing, especially if you're going solo and if you're pretty much indoors all day long. So yeah, I think seeing your creative process or anything that's valuable to you as something that's hygienic, or trying to approach it as a hygiene, I think it can lead to a lot of healthy outcomes. And yeah, you have to think about the intensity of it and the amount of work. If it's too heavy, if it's a lot of work, it's no longer like a habit. It's something that you have to like get over with. If you feel like it's like a big chunk of work, like a big chore, I think it's too big. You want to keep it simple, keep it short, but keep it kind of intense, but not too intense. You want to make sure that you can do it pretty much every day or close to every day. And you have to see it as something that's just a part of your lifestyle, a part of your routine, and it's just something that's hygienic. You know, think of it as artistic hygiene or psychological, when it comes to expressing yourself, psychological or emotional hygiene, being able to just dump your, or intellectual hygiene, where if you want to share an idea, obviously you want to, think about it, brainstorm, and if, sharing it with people helps you to understand certain ideas more. So that's, I guess, a part of intellectual or educational hygiene. So try to see things as, or try to approach things rather, as a hygiene that you can implement in your own life. So that's it for this episode. Hopefully this helps. I'll see you in the next one.